everyone, welcome back to Feeding Power Podcast. Today we're at Season 2, Episode 7. Today we have a special guest, Lisa Chef. Lisa Chef, what am I talking about? Did I say that right?
I'll take over. So we're so excited today that we have Batman here. A lot of you know her, and for you that don't, you're going to get to know the real Batman, which is Lisa Campos. She was a former chef, and now she is in the mortgage and real estate business. So, Lisa, thank you so much. Look at this setting. It's like so exciting. There's no alcohol here, just so everyone knows. Yeah. So, Lisa, please present yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Campos, also known as Batman. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm really excited to be here, honored to be here, really, for the invitation. Of course. So I just did a little bit of a setup today because if everyone doesn't know already, I was a chef prior to being in London. So I was like, all right, let me bring in the chef Lisa today to like come and play and like entertain you guys too, because you entertain us, and someone in hospitality, I want to entertain you too.
Awesome, let's do it. I'm ready.
Appreciate it. So let's start off with what do we have here? I know I have some healthy stuff, more healthy stuff, yes, and then that fun stuff.
Correct. Yeah, because like it's summertime, it's a really hot day, so I wanted to do light foods, like finger food kind of thing, so it's like more interactive. So it's just like spinach, like salt and pepper, nothing crazy. And then we have Gruyere cheese here, and then brie cheese just to get you out of your comfort zone. I don't know if you guys like cheese. I love cheese, so I was like, all right, let's get cheesy. And then bruschetta, so it's just like garlic bread essentially. Okay. And then like a little tomato salad, just to like more refreshing. The tomatoes are actually from my backyard in my house.
Wow.
Yeah, because my dad loves planting things, so we have like a bunch of tomatoes. I was like, I need to get rid of these now.
Amazing. So what do you call it in Spanish, Luis?
Chismol.
See, the chismoso.
Listen, that's how I was taught to say it in Spanish. I don't know where you guys come from.
Because in you're like, chismoso, this is what you say, chismol. It's a chimol. Yeah. Okay.
And what do we have here to drink, Lisa?
Okay, so it's just a blueberry lemonade with a little bit of sparkling water or seltzer water if you want. If you want to make it boozy, put wine, like sparkling wine, and then the blueberry. It tastes so good, like refreshing for the summertime.
Would you consider this like a healthy like finger food, like something like for someone like looking to because there's obviously like stuff that has a lot higher calories and stuff like that. So you would consider this like something that's healthy for people, right?
100%. Because besides like the cheese that already has fat in it, everything else is just like light oil. Because like the way I like to cook is just having the ingredient speak for itself. Yeah. So I don't put like complicated things like salt and pepper and maybe like a few other spices, but I want you to taste like how fresh the tomato is. Just like the plain like bread with the cheese, because I want you to taste the cheese. Like I don't want it to get overpowered with like everything else.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so I mean, food if it's makes you happy, it's healthy. It's healthy for the soul. Yes. Yeah. So now for this one, you said you only have the blueberry.
Yeah. So the blueberries, I bought them like whole, and then I cooked them down with a simple syrup. Simple syrup is just hot water with sugar, and you just like boil it down, and then I like mashed it, and then I just separated it out.
Is yours ready?
No, I'm going to make one right now.
All right, so she's about to make one right now.
Okay, so it's like super easy. If you're doing it with wine, you want to put your wine in first and then just like halfway kind of. And then like blueberry simple syrup that I have here. It also has mint in it. Got that there.
Oh, this is mint we got there? I thought it was another piece of spinach. I was like, okay.
That's like more like a smoothie, I guess.
All right, so cheers. Thank you so much, Lisa,
look,
for
I didn't even grab it. Oops, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see how this.
Salud.
This reminds me of mojito.
You like
it?
It's
really good.
Yeah, it's like
all right,
mojito.
Alcoholic. Aren't you like 10 years old?
Yeah, I'm 12. I just turned.
You're talking about mojitos.
Sorry.
That's
actually
really good. And eat some wine. No, but it tastes really good. Okay, and then the spinach is, you just like grab it and eat it.
Yeah, like help yourselves. Like I'd say like get a piece of bread, put some tomato on it, have that. Want to put some spinach underneath it, have that, have cheese.
I'll take a piece of cheese, and then I'm going to have a seat so we can start interviewing you and questioning you.
Finding out what you like more. Do you like real estate? Do you like
me better or him better?
That's all right. We all know I'm Lisa's favorite, so that's not changing.
Oh, look.
I remember one
it's
time
right
I told
here.
You, I was like, you're my favorite agent after myself.
That's so cute.
Okay.
Oh,
thank you.
I didn't mean to throw it.
Did you guys see that? She just threw a cheese at me.
I grabbed mine.
It's okay.
Okay.
I like the little spoon too. So.
And then you said this is brie cheese.
Yeah, so brie.
Okay. Never had it before, so this is definitely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, it's like creamy. If you're presenting brie, you want to leave it at room temp, so you get like more of the creaminess.
It's freezing here. That's
It's like
temp.
now it's frozen.
It's frozen cheese.
Before I throw it to you, at you again.
We'll try it too.
No problem.
You already have the stand-up chef. Like, look at you standing like that.
Yeah, I actually like standing up more than like
I mean,
sitting down
feel free
all day.
to. Yeah, we do sit down.
Yeah.
But these heels are not gonna make it. Awesome. All right, so you're gonna stay standing?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand because I have stuff on my chair, so I'm good.
Oh, we can get you another chair.
No, it's cool. No worries about
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right, so the first questions I do have for you, Lisa, since I do see Lisa every single day, and when I don't see her, I do miss her over the weekend.
Yeah.
No, she texted me. She's like, "Hey, Lisa,
She's just
how
like,
are you?"
she said, "Hi, Lisa, I miss you. Clear the damn loan already."
Yeah, it's like, did you follow up with the clients? But let's share a little bit with the viewers how this all started and the perfect timing too, because once you started was really, you don't have that long in this industry, and when you started it was like perfect timing. So let us know how that was. I remember you coming to me, but I'm gonna let you give the story
so
while
you guys
I
can
enjoy.
Yes. That's how it goes. So yeah, I was a chef in the city in Long Island and Brooklyn up until December of 2019, like right when 2020 was about to start. And I remember at the time I had friends who were in real estate. They were agents and they were telling me about real estate, financial freedom, like the advantages of real estate. And I was like, oh, like, what is that? So I started reading about it.
Cheese.
You like it?
Yeah,
It's good, right? Oh, nice.
Keep talking.
I'm glad you like it. I was like, I don't know if Lewis is gonna like this, but
I actually like this cheese. It's good.
try it with the tomato. Like literally,
Alright.
like
Yes,
different
tomato.
combos.
El chismol. Okay.
Cuando chismeamos. But yeah, at the time, I remember you were looking for an assistant because Freddie and I think Susie had told me, and then I was just like, hey Joe, like what's real estate? And then
Just so you know, she was friends with my brother first, my younger brother,
Yes.
and the way I met her, I go to his house. Well, at that time I was living there.
Yes.
So I go to my house and the door is locked. So I'm knocking on the door and I see Lisa for the first time, and she's like says hi, and I'm like, can you open the door? I'm like, okay, someone's friend is here, and she just looks at me and goes, I don't know you, bye, and literally has me waiting outside.
What?
My own house.
In your own house? Yo, I would have kicked you out.
you would have kicked me
Well,
out.
when I finally came in, I was like,
I would
all right.
have been like, who are you? Who are you? I was like, this is my house.
And then I'm like, you know what? At least it's safe to have her in the house. She won't let a stranger come in.
Correct. I was protecting the house. Yes. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yes.
And now we're here.
And now we're here. So then eventually she goes to me, and she was a chef at the city, I believe.
Yeah.
Still at the city? Or were you at Small
No, I was
Batch?
in Long Island. Yeah, I
you
was
were
at
already at
Small
Small.
Batch.
Okay. So she comes to me, and I think, obviously what can go wrong? She comes from hardworking environment. She has great personality, because at this point she was friends with the family for a long time now. So I decided to go through the process. I was going to hire someone else that you had recommended, and we went through the interview process, and she didn't know anything about technology, softwares, none of that.
Yeah, so unfortunately it didn't. It was just like, it was the right opportunity for you. It was just meant to be, you know.
And it wasn't an easy decision for her, because she did get cold feet. She calls me after she goes through the interview, takes her vacation, comes
Sign
back
everything.
ready,
Yeah.
sign. Then she calls me. Can you believe that she was breaking up with me through a phone call?
Wow.
Not even, she knows where I live. She calls me and she says, Johana, I can't do this. I cannot leave my my profession. This is what I want. This is what and I had to respect it. I was like, okay, at this point, you're not ready to take the step or try it. I'm like, you're very young. You want to go ahead and try something. You don't want to wait till it's too late and say, I should have tried something else, because it's in you to have that growth.
Correct.
So then she calls me again an hour after.
Literally an hour after.
I'm like, what is up
I'm
with...
sorry.
Yes, and then she calls me after like,
Were you just overthinking it?
I was like, I'm just naturally an overthinker. So it was really hard for me to decide not to be in cooking anymore, because I had been doing it for like 10 years. I like, cooking is my passion. It's my first love, really. So leaving it behind was like leaving a whole life behind, leaving an identity behind, and going into the unknown.
Yeah.
And it was just scary. I was so scared. I was like,
and that's what I was thinking. I was like, she's not leaving a job behind. She's leaving a whole life behind. So, I could have just been like, whatever, she's playing games. It's not the right. But I was also understandful that she was leaving something behind so big. It's not like she was leaving a job and she was starting a new lifestyle. Because that's the first thing I told her. I was like, this is not a new job. This is a new lifestyle. Everything about you is going to change. It's going to be like a 360.
Yeah.
And so then at this point, I was like, no, we can't do this over the phone. I really wanted to sense her energy.
Person. Yeah, I was so nervous. I was so nervous.
And she goes in there with like a full pie of pizza. Yeah. And it's her birthday. I didn't even know it was her birthday. She shows up with some pizza and, we went again, discussed if she really was ready for this. Yeah. And the only thing I asked her was, listen, just give it your 100% out of respect to yourself. So you know if it works or doesn't. And out of respect to me, because, 100%. I'm taking a huge risk in this. And, then she confirmed she was bilingual.
She didn't speak anything.
Que lo que.
Her Spanish was what? Was it good?
And then after so much training, I see her so miserable, like going through that training, and I'm like, okay, this is not gonna work. What did I do? What happened here? She's having problems turning on the computer.
I remember the first week, I was just like, I had to do this in heels. I had to like wear a button up. I had to be around like a bunch of people. In the kitchen, you're just around like 4 people at a time. Now I got to be in contact with like 50 people in the office, talking to 100 people on the phone, 1,000 people in emails, and it was just overstimulating. And then learning about lending, learning the terminology was just like, oh my god, like they're speaking French right now. Yes, I was literally like, what is a mortgage?
I mean, it's like
would you Google every day, like
every day?
What is this? Like
Investopedia is great for learning.
Took her a month to be able to say hipoteca.
Can you say it now?
Hipoteca.
So she goes, after she's done with all the training with the software, I'm like, okay, you're ready to take the first phone call. And it was in Spanish. Actually, you sent that lead.
Wait, what kind was that?
I don't remember because we scared him off with that Spanish.
No wonder it didn't close that.
And I hear her and I'm like, what is that?
Is that Chinese or something? I was like,
yes, and that's one thing when I always say, the same formula that other people have is not the same formula for you. So I could have just gone with what people say, play it safe, someone that has the experience, someone that, but I knew there was so much potential in her that she knows like the technology, she's better than me.
Yeah.
Like way better. She has a tablet, 2 phones, 3 monitors, 3. It's insane the things she can do.
And then I'm like, Joe, just give me your computer, please.
Correct. And then her Spanish, obviously.
You know what? Just give me your whole job.
Yeah, for real. Just take the title.
Take her job, bro.
Yes, and then she does, like her Spanish, obviously, so much better.
Thanks to you guys, honestly. Like I remember at the beginning, like just hearing both of you on the phone because you're both like talk different ways and in different parts. Like you speak real estate, you speak lending, but you both speak Spanish. Yeah. So I was listening to a lot of what you guys were saying in order to like come up with my own language of communicating with the clients.
Yeah, 100%.
And like my mom helping me too. Like my mom was a big part of me learning how to speak Spanish.
But so let me ask you a question. Like I'm not trying to get into personal life, but like how come you never like was Spanish something like you never were taught in your house, or just something that you never thought you would need?
No, like we spoke Spanish at home because all my parents know is Spanish. Yeah. But it was just like basic, like "Hola, cómo está?" And, very respectful, like old school Spanish. Because my parents don't speak slang or anything like that. Yeah. And then once I stepped out of the house, it was only English.
And remember that she's also like the whole, like she mentioned, the industry is a different language.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you're speaking lending. You're not saying
I personally, I know that, but I was asking because there's probably like other people in the same situation. And the thing is, right? So the reason was I was asking you because, and you can vouch for this, that knowing that second language has helped you build your business, and help you build your connections, not just from like 20%, you like 100%, right? So now, like there might be somebody sitting on their couch watching this, and maybe their Spanish is fading away, or maybe they have a third language, and and they're letting it go. And honestly, like, knowing that second language is
opens up so many doors.
Exactly.
Not just for yourself, for the people that you're helping out. Like yesterday, we had a client come into the office, and she only spoke Spanish. And then she had to make a phone call at the time, and she was having trouble because the person on the phone only spoke English. And I was like, hey, if you want, I can help you out. So I was like translating for them because the guy didn't know how to speak great Spanish.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she was like, it's so important for people to know Spanish if they have the chance to. I was like, 100%, especially right now in America where thankfully now people are being more open to like the Hispanic community. There's more opportunities for people to get Spanish services in businesses. So as us who already have that Spanish background, we should definitely maximize it so we can help more people out.
100%. And you know what the best part about it is, personally, that I like doing, is like you build the trust with these clients, right? You, like family, clients, friends, right? To the point where they trust you to like you said, make calls that are not even related to real estate. Like they'll be like,
I just met the lady.
Luis, can you call to pay my electricity bill? Like the other day, I swear I was at a listing appointment, and the lady was like, can you help me renew my car registration? I'm like, okay, like it took me like 2 seconds. I know how to do it online. You know, now everything's so easy. But I could have been like somebody and be like, nah, screw you, like go do it, or like call this person, or you know whatever. But the best part about us having that dual language and like we're just able to like help our client, even if it's like renewing the registration, paying that electricity bill, or like this the slightest things, you know, or like ordering checkbooks and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say order Chinese food.
Even that
if
too.
If you're getting me something,
Yeah, right, exactly. Listen, you got to do it all, right? And that's the most important thing. And you know, I'm glad that you kind of figured it out within, you know, the process that you needed it, and that you stuck, because you had courage to pick it up again, you know, because a lot of people are fearful. They get scared, like, oh man, I'm gonna have to learn again, and I'm learning
embarrassing themselves. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember, like, I think it was you that told me that if I didn't know something, just tell the client straight up. Like, there have been so many times at the beginning where I told the client, I was like, hey, my Spanish is not good, so bear with me.
Oh, yes. I used to let her know, like, just be transparent with them. Let them know, 100%. Listen, my Spanish, it's not, but I will be able to understand you. And if you don't understand something from me, let me know. Yeah. And if I don't understand something, I'll let you know.
100%.
Because they appreciate your effort. Instead of just going there saying, I speak Spanish, and then all of a sudden, the hola que lo que comes out. So they will appreciate more you being honest to them, saying, I don't know, as much, but I'm getting there. And they'll help you. Our community will help you. 100%. They'll say, oh, it's this way.
It's about the effort. It's not about you knowing the language. And honestly, people appreciate that more, the fact that you're willing and able to go out of your way to make them feel comfortable. And I think that's what people in our community like. And I think that's why you've been able to be successful. Joanna's been successessful at that. Yes, I've been successful at that because we're able to like show our community, like, it's not just about. Listen, a lot of people take advantage of the Spanish community too, just because they know Spanish. Correct. But we have literally every opportunity. We have the whole world. Like we have so much that we still have to do. So. All right, so let's say 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? You still see yourself doing real estate or cooking? What are you planning on doing?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, it's like cooking. I honestly don't do that often because I really want to just focus on like growing in real estate, like helping people out, and then growing my knowledge and like really putting myself out there. Because when I started cooking, that's all I did. I just like focus on cooking, and that's why I got so good. Correct. Because that was the only thing. What I told myself at the beginning of real estate, I was like, I remember when the pandemic started and it was like we're all on our own, and I had to literally like do lending by myself in my house. I was like, okay, I have this all free time. I can go back to cooking. And I did cooking. And then after like maybe like 2 weeks of doing like both, I was like, Lisa, you made the change to real estate. Yeah. So focus on real estate. And that's what I want to do, because I'm still at the beginning. Like it's only been a year of me getting my license.
Correct.
So I want to keep doing that until I feel more comfortable to like put more on my plate.
Amazing. Also, I do remember at the beginning we were like, okay, what you might do is real estate. I'm not a real estate agent. Yeah. It's like I do lending, and I explained to her. I was like, we do the boring stuff. We do, and I explained to her how it works. I'm like, kind of like I gave her the analogy of the kitchen. I'm like, we're like the chefs. We do prepare everything. Without us, the restaurant doesn't have the food, but no one acknowledges us. No one takes a look at us. They only care about the server, which is the face of that restaurant. Yeah, if the food was great, they get the tip. If the food was bad, they get the complaint. Yes. But they'll come after, the chef. So I was like, it's the same thing as lending. Lending would be we take care of the cooking, and then you as the agent go and offer what's in the menu. So then I was like, we can prepare you to get us to become an agent. And that was the goal, and that's what we did. And then she became an agent. So where I'm going with this, now that you've tried both sides, which is, she was going to transition completely to be an agent, to become an agent. And then, I hired a new assistant, already kind of like fading her out and replacing her. Because that was the plan. So my question is, now that you've done both, or you are doing both, what's the difference you see between one and the other?
Well, lending is definitely more difficult. And the agent stuff, I feel like it's not that it's not difficult, it's just a different set of rules completely. Like, I've been in that position where I feel like real estate is like, oh my God, like, I'm not going to get them the house, or oh my God, we're negotiating, it's not going to happen. Yeah. So many things go on that side. But on lending, there's 1,000 people coming after you for this one loan. And for real estate, you only have to really deal with the client and like the attorney and the seller maybe.
Yeah, and call your lender 20 times. What's the update? What's the update?
But the thing is, so my perspective on that question, just to elaborate, right? I think personally, like lending, right? It's more of like, how would you say? It's more of like, I'm sorry, I forgot my train of thought.
It's definitely more technical.
Yeah,
like,
so but it takes more of like it takes more of people's time. Yeah. But then with the real estate, it's more about you being a salesperson and you talking to people, and you like it requires more of your energy. Yeah, and lending 100%. Is more of you actually doing like the work.
Yeah, like actual physical work, like the knowledge, the rules, and stuff like that. Yeah. The hardest part for me as an agent at first is getting those sales skills, because I come from cooking. In my lending experience, I didn't have to do sales because that's what you did. Yeah. So that was fun to learn, very uncomfortable to learn. Yeah. But a very valuable experience. But for me personally, I like lending more because it's harder, and I just
and that's where I was gonna go, because she did both sides of the story. She gets that nice check that we don't get per deal. We lenders get paid for the base loan amount.
Yeah, y'all chose that job.
We don't. I got 2 licenses. We're not complaining, but the thing is, then she decided to stay at lending, to do both, not stay at lending, to do both, and then if. Like you mentioned, if lending is more difficult, what made you decide, I'm sticking with lending and real estate, not just being an agent?
So it goes back to what we were just speaking about, like the fact that people take advantage of the Hispanic community just because the language barrier, they feel like they can do that. But with lending, I've seen that, where it's like just because someone is a blue-collar worker or only speaks Spanish, they're going to be like, oh, this loan is on the last of my list, or, oh, I'm going to make the conditions 10 times harder because I don't know, blue-collar worker, you tell me. But the fact that that's what I've seen, I'm like, that's unfair. And me that has the opportunity to speak 2 languages, I can do lending and real estate, but it just doesn't sit right with me that lending is harder for those blue-collar workers. So someone who doesn't take no for an answer, I'm going to fight to get your loan cleared.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Because that's only fair. Like, why shouldn't the level... like the field be fair for everyone, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think I'm a better asset in the lending side, because not everyone's going to fight for your loan, if we're being real. So
absolutely.
I want to help out our community.
Yeah,
and 100%. Couldn't be... I'm sorry. I couldn't be more blessed to have you as a partner in this business, because it's, I can be on the same mission of like, I want to help my people. It's a very hard, and like you said, I chose to do this because, again, I feel like who else is going to help the way that I'm helping? But if I didn't have someone like you that was also in the same mission and saying, okay, all right, fine, we're staying till 11 today to clear these conditions. Yes. I'm going to stay till 11 p.m. too. Correct. And, it's you don't find that anywhere where people care. They care about like, okay, but are we making money out of it? Yeah. But and we have the toughest market, which is the most rewarding market. But it's really tough because we're coming in with like people that have 5 W-2s,
4 people on the loan,
8 months gap.
They're all the same name.
Yes. You know what that sounds like? A you problem. Nah, I'm kidding.
That's a us problem.
Nah, I'm kidding.
So and I'm very thankful. She's my production partner. Obviously, without you, I wouldn't even be here every Wednesday to do the podcast, making sure that you're taking care of everything. So I'll take the advantage right now that Lisa Batman, I could have not made a better choice to take the risk and then to take the time to invest, let's say, in training both of us, because we were both like learning pandemic guidelines and so on. And you are very aggressive with when it comes to closing the loans.
You guys don't want my email.
You know what's the best part too is like, and now that you just mentioned the pandemic, right? Like a lot of people might not know this, but if you're obviously not into lending, but like the guidelines changed from one day to another. It was just like March 5th, right? And then March 6th, new guidelines. Here you go, like go back to work. Like what the heck? Yeah, you know, I remember because I was speaking with you guys and you're like, yeah, now we have to do this. Like now we need to, you know, before we were able to do 600 FHA, now we need 650. And then we can do, I'm like, that sounds so complicated. Send me the damn pre-approval. I'm going to go fund mass, you know, but it's not as easy, you know, especially coming into a market, then getting slammed with like, hey, here's like this, it just smacks you in the face, and then learning new guidelines, learning Spanish, learning the whole system, the training. Yeah. So I give you kudos to you.
Thanks.
You know, especially also like for people that don't know, like she said, she's on my team as a real estate agent.
Elite.
That's you know, the best team on Long Island coming soon. Stay tuned.
The ones that bring me those kind of deals.
Yes, 5 W-2s, but we still close them because of Lisa. And listen, our deals, like, I thank God, like, I think our deals are probably one of the best deals that we do together, because we're able to help families. You know, I've seen people personally cry, either emotionally because they're happy or because they've been taken advantage of. Yeah. And then there's people who, you know, unfortunately they're not grateful. You know, they just think we're here to, you know, get the check. Unfortunately, that's not the situation. But and you know, in this case, our reward is seeing that family in that house, and that's exactly. Yeah. And you know what? Now that I remember, you could tell people how you did it yourself. You sold your parents' house, and you were able to, you know, elaborate on that so people know that, you know, it's not just like, imagine what you did coming from chef to now selling your parents' house and all that.
Yeah. So we lived in Uniondale. And then I got my license in August, and then September I listed the house we were living in for sale, because my family and we live in the basement for I think 20 years.
So you were living in the basement of your own home?
Of our own home, yeah, because my dad shared the house with another family member, and it was an unfair setup. So after so long, we were just fed up, and we were like, we're gonna sell the house. We got to get out of here, because my mom's dream was to own her own home, and small detail right now, these plates and stuff like that, I bought these maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. I've never used them until we moved into our new house, because it was just stored. My mom would store things. She'd be when we get our casita, we'll use it. Yeah. So we sold the house, and then I got to work on the loan to buy our house. Yeah. We closed January 29th, moved in February 1st. And it was literally the craziest thing ever, because I remember February 2nd or 3rd is when I started my lending job. A year later, we have a house. Yeah. During a pandemic, during a career change, during so many things, and I'm just every day when I see the sun in our own living room, I'm like, wow, God is so good, and I'm so grateful for you guys and the opportunity, and it's just if you want it, you can get it. You just got to put 100% into it.
Correct. And you would agree that it's a different lifestyle. It's a life-changing. Yes. You know, it's not a new job. It's just a
whole different life.
Would you go back? Would you change it? If you could go back 5 years from your life, and you could make the decision that you did, would you make it?
To change sooner?
Yeah.
No.
You would, why?
No, because I learned so many things in cooking. So many things about myself, about life, about things that I implement into lending every day, that I wouldn't change it for anything. I've had that thought so many times, wow, if I started this when I was 20 and now I'm 25. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I asked you, because a lot of people.
She came in so sweet in the industry. She's and I'm like, Lisa, you got to be aggressive. Yeah. You got to be aggressive. And now it's Lisa,
answer the damn phone. Where's my closing? Please answer right now.
I was like, Lisa, and then I was like, Lisa, call me with a solution already, and then I'll give you the green light. Now it's Lisa, calm down. That email was too aggressive. You're making the processor cry. From Lisa, be more aggressive. Now it's will make me cry. She's like, we're getting this done. We're getting this deal done. So because I think now that you became a homeowner, you see that, what you have to go through as well. And again, we focus, it's not easy. And a lot of people, a lot of lenders will just drop the towel, be like, no, you know what, this deal is too hard.
Screw this.
This
Let
is
somebody
much.
else figure it out.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let someone else figure it out. That's right.
Like, experience it firsthand. Like, my dad is a blue-collar worker. And the documents that were asking for him were so different from myself, who worked for a company.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like, I have to... After that, like, the whole plan that we had is, like, once I bought the house, I'll go into full-time real estate. After that experience, I was like, no, I have to stay. Because... Thankfully, I was able to work on my own loan, which is still pretty funny, actually.
But we kicked her out eventually.
Yeah.
We're like, what is Lisa doing in here? And just like kicked her out her own loan because she was like working on it too.
Yeah.
But after that experience, I was like, no, I gotta stay. I gotta help people. Like, this is not cool. Like, everyone should have the opportunity to buy their own house.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the American dream. Our
100%.
parents came here with nothing, and if they can get a house, we should be able to have that opportunity for everyone else.
Yeah, 100%. And so I remember obviously because I was there. Joanna was there during the whole process, and it was just like, I think for you it was kind of like emotional, right? Because it's just like something that I think, like you said, your parents wanted for so long, but it was just so hard. And like you said, it's hard for like a lot of people to collect their documents, and like. A lot of people don't see that. Even as like personally as an agent, I like to be in the process like collecting documents and stuff like that. Because
leader.
because it makes the process so much easier,
Yes.
And sometimes like what I've seen, like it's so unfair because like a lot of like our parents, like like you said, they're blue collar workers or maybe like in agriculture or like just something that has to do with that those fields. And sometimes, like, they're intimidated to go ask for a pay stub.
Yes.
Or they're intimidated to ask for a LOE. If you don't know what an LOE is, you should definitely not be this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, so sometimes, like, these people are intimidated, like, or maybe they're not intimidated. They just have that fear because of their language barrier.
Yes.
Like, they don't want to ask for the wrong document. Or so, a lot of the agents... And I'm saying this respectfully, like there's a lot of agents that won't put in that extra step or extra work, to show their client, like, hey, listen, if you need an LOE, I'll call your office and get it for you. Like I've done it personally where the manager's like, who are you? Like, why are you calling me? Like, no, I just need this, And I try to be involved as much as I can just because I, also understand like. Obviously, I wasn't able to help my dad buy a house, but I was also in the same position where I was able to help him save a house. So. I understand exactly where you're coming from, like, just that feeling, like, that you get is like, damn, like, I fucking did that, like, nobody else did that, I did that on my own, yes, I had people's help, but I, like, it's that accomplishment where your family just feels so proud of you, and I get it where you're coming from.
Yeah, still to this day, like, even though I had, like, some of the best moments and some of the best accomplishments in my cooking life. Yeah. My biggest thing that I'm personally proud of is that I got my parents a house. Yeah. Like I did that, and if I can do that, I can literally do anything.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now, if someone comes to you and says, "Lisa, what should you recommend? To be a lender, to be in the lending field, or to be a real estate agent?" Since you do both, what would you advise them? I usually just tell them be an agent because I don't want them calling me, like, oh my God, why did you tell me to become a lender?
Honestly, I don't know. I
just like become an agent. I got you. But what your advice would be?
I would say if you want to be a great agent, get lending experience because it's so cool that you can answer lending questions while you're being an 100%. Agent. That makes you a more well-rounded individual. You don't want to be that agent that's like, call the lender.
Yeah, 100%.
Call the lender. Don't talk to me. I'm the agent. Yeah. Like, you want to be informative and more helpful to the community. Mm-hmm. But if you just want to do the agent and not, like, worry about that, then, like, get a great loan officer like Johana Maya and, do the agent stuff. But if you're going to be an agent, literally put, like, 1,000% into it because it's not easy to just do that. Mm-hmm. Just to, like, be the sales, like, part of it. But I would definitely recommend, like, be an assistant or at least, like, study about lending, like, just, like, the basic programs.
Or anything, honestly, that has to do with real estate. Because the thing is, think about it, right? Like, like, it's you know what's the best part about all of this? It's, like, we don't be for coincidence, right? Like, you met Freddie for a reason. Like, and then that's, like, you would not be here because of Freddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would have never met him, you would not be with John, So, at the end of the day, like, the best part and, like, I'm gonna ask you one final question from my side, and then you're gonna answer that. And I don't know if Joanna has any other questions, but I'm gonna finish off with this, right? So like the best part about it is that we all help each other out. We're able to help our customers. We're able to help families. People from church, like we've been able to help people that I saw me grow up. Like they're like, I used to see
your
you.
teacher.
Yeah, exactly. My middle school teacher, like. Dude, that was like the easiest listen I ever got. Like, I just got a message on Facebook Messenger, and she was like, "Hey, Louis, this is your teacher, Ms. Wiseman," and she's like, "Would you list my mom's house?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, "Yeah, of course, why not?" Like, yo, like I swear to God, I'm not even lying. I went into the listing appointment, and she's like, "Where do I sign?" She's like, "Okay, just put the price here, put the sign." And she's like, "Put your commission, it's done."
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
"What, that's it?" Like, I wish every listing was like that, but unfortunately, it's not. But I would say like an advice for everyone even watching, is do what you want, but do what your heart really wants. Because sometimes, you could think you want to do lending, or like you in that situation, you thought you really wanted to get into real estate full time, but then you realize like your heart was in lending, know, and. Joanna didn't stop you from that. I didn't stop you from that because we believe in everyone.
The heart wants what it wants.
And that's exactly what it is. The heart wants what it wants. And my final question for you is: what advice would you give to any agent, lender, anyone looking to join the real estate industry? What? Just give them some advice.
I'd say give it your 100%. Like give it every day. Just like I know the thing about agents is like, oh, like you get so much free time, like you can do your own schedule. You don't get free time at all. If you're successful, you don't get free time, and you want to be successful. So you want to like wake up and dedicate all those hours because it accumulates. Like it's like compound interest. You compound every day. You give your best every day, and then a year from now, you want to look back and be proud of yourself 100%. And like all the things that you were able to accomplish. 100%. But you really have to put 100% into it. Like one of my favorite quotes is like, 100% commitment is a lot easier than 99% commitment. Because that 1% could really mess you up if you don't like really give it your all. So that would be my advice, just to like give it your all every day.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, give it your 100%. And it's what you did. I know, because again, I seen her grow every day. It's like I seen her growth, and she's definitely not the Lisa that came in with the pizza pie. Talking like, I'm sorry.
She had a boss to go to the office with a pizza pie on her birthday too. She went to my house.
She locked me out from the beginning. At the beginning.
So you went. Honestly, I also give you respect for that because you went on your birthday. And you took a pizza pie?
That really sold me off, not the pizza, even though I love pizza, but it was her birthday. Yeah. And I didn't know it was her birthday. She, I didn't know. I think her brother or someone called her that they were going out or something. And so I was like, all right. So, again, and I was mindful that she wasn't changing a job. She was changing her whole lifestyle. So, again, I am speechless because I seen your growth. I seen you be completely different than when you were just a year ago, and you also been a very important part in my growth and the team that we are in. And I think we work so good together in the sense of like what I lack, she has. What she lacks, I'm like, hey, this is how we do it. And I'm more than happy not only to have you in the team and have you here, but to have you as a friend as well.
Oh yeah, no. When I was a chef, I always dreamed about when I had my own restaurant, and like. I would always think I'm the executive chef. I'm the top person, right? And you have people on your team, of course, but you have your sous chef, which is like, for us, the partner. So I always thought like, oh, who's going to be my sous chef? When am I going to meet them? I'm so excited to meet them. But like, who knew? Like God knew. Now we know that we're each other's sous chef. Like we're each other's partners. We help each other grow. And I'm just like so thankful and blessed to have met you. And
So sweet. And speaking of so sweet, I know you have to start to wrap it up, and I'm excited. That's my favorite part of every meal.
I know.
It's 40.
Okay. Sorry.
No, because the cameras turn off. I'll make them edit this out, but the cameras turn off after a couple minutes.
Do they? Yeah, 60%. Oh, because of the battery?
No, you're fine. Just leave it. We're almost done, like 2 minutes.
Yeah, because we started like 5 minutes.
It's okay. No worries.
Edit it out.
We'll make this edited out.
Okay, so I'm going to give you like a small taste each because I don't have a
Lisa,
big spoon.
I didn't like that cheese. I'm going to be honest with you.
Which one?
This one. What was that called?
Brie.
Brie. Oh, the brie cheese.
The brie cheese.
Sorry, Bree, if you're watching this.
We love you.
I ain't like your cheese. I like this one though.
Which one?
This one right here.
Oh, that's Gruyere. I love Gruyere. That's like one of my favorite cheeses.
I love that cheese, but we wine.
It's like the Salvadoran cheese, the hard one.
Oh, yeah.
El queso duro.
Yeah, because I wanted you to try like 2 different types.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a hard cheese and then a soft cheese, just to like try something new. I didn't want to scare you guys and like get like crazy food items.
Yeah.
I was like, I want them to be comfortable. Like, I'm a guest. I don't want to freak them out and make them like ants or something.
My brother makes me taste. Actually, that's because you did that. So now we're back. I'm not scared of anything. Like my brother will make me taste whatever he has cooking. Here you go.
This is like kind of healthy.
Thank you.
So what we have here?
So this is just like vanilla ice cream, but it's made out of soy milk instead of just like regular milk. 'Cause, like I don't have dairy except for cheese. I love cheese. That's an exception.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is granola.
Yeah, it's like granola and chocolate with chia seeds and coconut. So it's just like hot and cold kind of like mix kind of thing. I like different like temperatures and textures. So it's like the soft cold
so
ice
good.
cream.
That's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad you like
so
it.
good. Wow. Now I'm gonna have chocolate tea.
Smile.
Anything you think we haven't touched and you want to share with us before we wrap it up?
I think you guys are doing a great job.
She thinks.
No, okay.
I kind of sounded sarcastic a little bit. She's like, I think you guys are doing a good job, but I'm not too sure about that.
I was thinking about the ice cream. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. No, you guys are doing a great job. You really are. I feel so grateful that you guys have picked me to join your team. Mm-hmm. But I think I've just been so astounded that I get to see you guys as like my business partners, my mentors too, and see your growth in the past year. Yeah. Like going through a pandemic has not been easy. Running 100%. A business, running a team has not been easy. Mm-hmm. And you guys are killing it. Oh, like August is our best month so far since like I've joined you guys. And I know it's still just the beginning, which is the exciting part. Yeah. To like see where we're gonna be in like a
500
year from
deals
now.
a year.
I agree. Cheers to Batman.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thank you again for inviting me.
No problem. Cheers. Don't break the glass.
Well, that wraps it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
We're gonna enjoy these goodies. We'll see you on the next one.